So, growing up, one of the things that was really interesting was coming out as a queer person. I say interesting, not necessarily in the best of ways, but in a way, if you may. Remembering that when I had realized that I like girls, first of all, I was really young. So for a long time, it was an unspoken truth because you have these feelings in a world that pretty much teaches you that the only way to fall in love is to like people of the opposite gender from yours. And so you're here wondering, I am still a young girl. I've yet to hit puberty. I am yet to understand why girls that are older than me have, big asses, have titties. And you're like, what's happening, right? So fast forward to I come out the first time and I feel the obligation because I have had experiences, regardless of the circumstances, that I interacted with men, and I feel like if I come out as bisexual, there's two things that will happen. It will be much more acceptable because I'm not inherently denying how I existed in the past, but also I'm acknowledging how I'm existing now. And you would think that would be enough, right? But then the politics begin. There is a lot of, dangling carrot information where it's almost as if everyone is expecting, oh, you are bisexual, but just for a while. And then later on, I was like, but I'm a lesbian. I'm learning now. Just because you've had experiences in the past with people of the opposite gender doesn't take away from how much of a lesbian you are, and there's nothing as how much of a lesbian you are to begin with. And so here I am beginning to embrace the fact that I like women, I am attracted to women, and I'm happy in that feeling. But then that comes with so much friction, so much pushback, because then what do you mean? In a world where we all follow a set of rules, in a world where we abide by the societal conforming that we've been taught, in a world that our voice is constantly taken away, how dare you have a voice to actually say what you want? And I think this was one of those very interesting phases because I learned so much about myself during that time. During that time is when I learned the power of freedom, the power of speaking for myself, the power of honoring myself before you seek being honored by the world, the power of seeing yourself before you seek being seen by the world. Because then when you see yourself, you build a foundation where regardless of whether the world sees you or not, you still feel seen, not because they see you, but because you see yourself. And so going on this journey and a lot of coming out with my queerness started then. And I remember at some point beginning to say I'm queer. Why? Because I feel like the pangs of being born a woman, being raised as a woman, and understanding that there's a lot that you're taught and there's a lot that you internalize, and you operate from a level of, regardless of who I am, my freedom has to take me back to being a woman, and then realizing that really informs gender roles and informs I'm supposed to carry myself a certain way because I was created with all these things that to begin with, not only did I not ask to be born, but I did not ask to be born this way. I was just born this way. And so I'm a lesbian and I'm honoring this, and then I'm realizing gender is a beautiful thing only when it's a thing that upholds your existence as a human being. And so then saying I am non-binary and I'm non-conforming and I am queer, all these phases of coming out to death remain some of the things that people trivialize, people question, people ask, people make assumptions because of saying that I'm non-binary. I've had people asking, are you trans? Why? And I'm like, no, I'm just telling you people, gender doesn't apply much in the way you people want gender to apply. Yes, I have boobies that I love so much. I was born a woman and I love existing in a woman's body, but I don't like the experience that the society provides of what being a woman is. And so me being non-binary is basically saying I'm going to exist outside of anyone's expectations, sometimes even including my own expectations, that I'm able to catch myself whenever I'm trying to do things and I'm trying to feed into the societal expectation, to catch myself and to remind myself, you know what, you are more than that, and you don't have to limit yourself like that. And that has brought joy, that has brought happiness, that has brought freedom, but also that has brought a level of some sort of reverse fear. And don't get me wrong, the reverse fear aspect is where people are scared because you can live your freedom. People are scared because they now can't come to you and impose anything, because you're so comfortable in yourself, you acknowledge yourself, you know yourself, you love yourself, you appreciate yourself, you honor yourself, and people are scared of that. And really, when you really think about it, the journey of Mary Liz and everything that they had to do, the coming out, the many times coming out, they're not being honored, they're not being loved because of those journeys, the losses that they experienced because of all that. That is a genuine reminder that it's okay to be yourself, because one of the most beautiful things that has ever come out from all these journeys that I have traveled is coming home to myself, learning to honor myself, learning to love myself, learning to see myself. That now when I show up into the world, I'm showing up not with the expectation to be seen. I could be seen, and that's a reward, but that's not what I'm depending on. I already know I see myself. I already know I honor myself. I already know I love myself just the way that I am, and every version that I could possibly become, because Mary Liz that is speaking here today and now is not the Mary Liz that will be here 20 minutes from now. That will be a totally different Mary Liz. And that Mary Liz is prepared to meet the Mary Liz now. And this Mary Liz has been prepared to know that the Mary Liz, every versions that I become, are still true to who I am. That the reason I live my life day after day after day is because I was meant to experience myself differently. And that goes for all of us out there in the world. You're a trans person, you're an intersex person, you're a non-binary person, you're a bisexual person, you are a gay person, you're a lesbian. Honor that experience and then give yourself permission to go through the journey. Is it gonna be rough? Yes, because we live in a society that is informed by religion, it's informed by the communities that we come from, and because of these factors and the law therein, many people have certain beliefs that go against who you are as a person. But that's what they're doing. They're trying to go against who you are. And them going against who you are is a power thing, is a control thing. And as a human being, you're meant to be free. You are meant to be free. And so you are right just the way you are. In the favorite line of our beautiful Swahili language, uko sawa. You don't have to change anything. You don't have, if at all, if change happens, let it be a change that is within you and for you, not a change that is forced by the society we live in. Because at the end of the day, you are the one who lives with you every day. And I don't think you want to live with a person you don't like just because you're trying to please the world. Thank you.